Welcome, everyone. This is Extreme Rules time. We are your official kickoff. We have a lot going on today. Knock will be joining us. Eric will be joining us in the ether. He is busy today, but he is here in spirit and in chat. So we want to hear from you all kickoff show long before Extreme Rules begins. We've got a lot to cover today. We are going to cover the matches, the predictions. We're going to do that. We are going to talk about the possibility of Bray Wyatt. We're going to talk about the White Rabbit, all the clues that have been included so far, each Raw and SmackDown, and NXT, if you didn't miss it. It was there this week during the Grayson Waller effect. We'll talk about it. Possibility of what Bray Wyatt could look like based on an old toy. And we are going to talk a little bit about the week in review and some of the wrestling that happened last night, including Impact's Bound for Glory and that... it's a waste of time, but Battle of the Belts 4 was on last night and absolutely nothing happened. So that is it. Join in the chat. Let me know what you think. Knock will be here any second. We have a predictions belt on this channel as well. He is the champion, but if you get predictions right and you do better than Knock, you could become our West Coast Pop predictions champion. So hang on tight and get ready for Extreme Rules and the White Rabbit. Time to cut the music. All right, folks, my name is Zach. We are going to cover it all. Let me know if you're watching Extreme Rules tonight, if you're watching it live, if you're going to watch it later on Peacock, the network, the streaming service. A lot to cover here. Extreme Rules really haven't lived up to the name in past years. This year, each match has a stipulation. Each match feels like it is going to be somewhat extreme, and we got the Brawling Brutes facing off Imperium, which is probably going to be the most Extreme Rules match. A lot of stuff. It's a shillelagh, whatever match, shenanigans match, but that is what it is. And I think we're going to be introduced to a whole lot of fun stuff in there. Ladders match, of course. We have the Fight Pit back as well, and an I Quit match. That could go many, many different ways setting up. I do believe tonight starts the setup of where they're going to go with Bray and Dom for WrestleMania. We'll get a feel for that. We got a lot more going on Extreme Rules here. Only 6 matches, which is kind of nice. I think each one will be given a little bit of time, and each one is going to be very special with their stipulations. Daniel Cormier will be doing the Fight Pit. The women's matches, both of them have different ways that could go. The women's Raw match could be setting up for Survivor Series and War Games with Damage Control, and the SmackDown Women's Championship match, of course, could be introducing a whole lot of stuff too, but we'll talk all about that once Knock joins us. Let me know how your Sunday's going. Hit up the chats, and if you're not a part of the family, be a part. We love our community. We love it. Hit the subscribe button, be a part, and we do a lot of fun stuff on this channel, not just wrestling. We also do pop culture, video games, movies, a whole lot more, comics, TV shows, no radio shows. That is that. And here he is right now. The final boss is here.
On a special Saturday Extreme Rules edition of the episode, man. What's up, Zach? Holding it down. The final boss has arrived.
All right. Are you excited for this pay-per-view, Knock?
I'm actually excited, man. Triple H has been doing this thing. A strong SmackDown. Sami Zayn's been on fire. So good to see some stuff here.
Yeah. We got a lot to cover. We're going to go over each match, and your title is up on the line, right? You put it up there.
I'm in a good mood. Bound for Glory was yesterday. TNA Bound for Glory. Up the titles on the line, man. Let's do it.
All right. Love it. We'll go down predictions, and then after that, we're going to talk about the White Rabbit. I put together a bunch of slides detailing everything, including something, Knock, you just sent me. I got it in there at the last minute, so we'll see if anyone decoded the piece of paper that's going around Philadelphia at Extreme Rules.
Sir.
All right. You want to talk about a little bit of wrestling in the week of wrestling?
Yeah. I mean, a lot happened this week.
Yeah. Let's just jump on it. You got a topic as well we're going to cover about WWE guys in AEW.
Yeah, of course. You guys might be watching, and Eric's not here. We'd love to get his opinion on it, but we got a few topics here. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into the week in wrestling. We're just going to kind of skip over Raw and NXT. NXT, they kind of canceled plans. I don't know if it's just because of the hurricane or whatever, but their reboot, their season premiere is going to be this Tuesday. Not a whole lot went on with NXT. Some fun stuff on Raw, but most of it just pertains to what's happening tonight. So we'll cover that. Let's get into Dynamite. That was something.
Yeah. AEW, I'm not gonna lie, it's down bad right now. It really is.
It was so ROH heavy, it didn't feel like AEW, and it almost screwed up storylines. And then with a weird tease with MJF turning face, which I'm not really down with.
I think I said in the chat also, like they mentioned Ring of Honor more times on commentary than they mentioned AEW.
They did. They got drinking games galore in AEW that you could do one of these nights.
There were some positives though. We seen Saraya get physical, so it looks like she's clear to wrestle. Going over Britt Baker, that's the biggest match you can make right now, so that's kind of cool.
Yep. Do you think they should do that first, or do you think she should run through Britt's cronies?
That's tough because for me, I mean, definitely get that Rebel match. That's a nice little warm up tune up match, squash match. But her versus Jamie Hayter, that's like that could pack a stadium in the UK. That's like a wrestling wise, that's the match I want to see. But for the character and who has the bigger stock, I want to see the Britt match.
Yep. What else happened there?
We seen some. Oh, we actually seen Brian Cage on Dynamite. The machine was there. It made an appearance. He misses what 365 days of work, and he gets a title shot off the bat.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, I mean, storyline wise, it makes no sense why he was off TV, why he's back, why he's in embassy because he's kind of an odd man out. No offense, but wrestling wise, this is probably the match of the night. They killed it. They both two big men going in there and just having a hell of a match. So shout out to them both.
Was a lot better than I expected. MJF looks great.
MJ, yeah, he's in great shape. This was the Yuta match, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think Regal's come down with the brass knucks? Fuck around and find out. He's about to knock him out. Brass knuckles versus the Dynamite Diamond Ring.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of other stuff too. Roosh versus Hangman, that was good. But again, like Roosh needs wins, so
yeah, he needs wins, so it's kind of hard. Doesn't really make sense. And then, I mean, so we've been talking about this, and I just remembered also this was the 3-year anniversary of Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like the 3-year anniversary of ROH.
Honestly, it was hard to watch, man. Like if you think back to the original Dynamite, you have Guevara, one of the hottest faces going against Cody. First match, Cody could have been the Rock out there. How hot the crowd was, big crowd, all the lights, bright lights for that first episode of Dynamite. This one was dark, half the stadium cut off, like you mentioned to me. I was wondering why something was off. It was the same stadium or same arena, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, it's like a dark clouds over Dynamite right now, and it's hard, man.
Yeah. But like you mentioned, Mox was working without a contract, and now he signed a 5-year extension. So that's good news. At least he's all in. But if you go ahead,
yeah, at least he's all in. 5-year extension. Just get the man a vacation, please. Let the man take a vacation with his wife.
Get the man vacation. You know what? Since he can't have a vacation, that might be why she's pretty much going to be signing with AEW. So look for her on Dynamite pretty soon.
Pretty much. I guess you got to see her husband at some point.
Right. Might as well work together if we can't see each other outside of work. Also, if you look at our Instagram, if you follow us, we got our handle on the bottom there. I posted this last night. And to me, this is like signing a 5-year agreement for another open marriage because this man goes wherever he wants, whenever he wants. So he goes there all over the place, man. All right. That was Dynamite. This was Battle of the Belts. They got to stop wasting my time with this. Thank you everyone for joining the live stream last night. 2 hours, Rampage and Battle of the Belts. But this has to start meaning something. The only good part about this is how good Willow Nightingale looked. Trent and everyone else looked fine, but we see that every once in a while. But they should have changed the belt.
Yeah, Trent is really good. I don't think just make a character change. Something's not working for the character to take him seriously, but he can wrestle. And Willow. Stop teasing Willow, man. Just sign already. He's one of the best in the division, and she's not even signed.
Exactly. Oh, man. I didn't want Jade to lose it last night, but so far, she seems like the only person to take it from Jade.
She did. And then at the post-match stuff, you seen her belt got stolen.
When in doubt, break glass and pull out Nyla Rose.
I'm still waiting for Nyla Rose, like, not a complete face turn, but, like, just a character change because – again, if you guys see her on Twitter, she's hilarious. Like, just the funniest Twitter account there is. Like, I see some of that personality come out, and I think it'll help her stock.
I agree. All right, AEW, that's what it was this week. Let's get into your home turf. Bound for Glory happened last night as well. Impact. This
stole the night. Bound for Glory stole the night on a night with what? I mean, you had SmackDown, but match-wise, not over Dynamite, Rampage and Battle of the Belts. What do we have happen here? We had the last rodeo match. Mickey James taking on Mia Yim.
Yep.
Full circle moment for Mia Yim. Great stuff there to finally get this big match with Mickey. She does lose, however. Mickey's going to continue. Maybe Zach's predictions continue as she might go to Mania, go to WWE, and continue that last rodeo. Great stuff there. I want to say for about at least a year, maybe a year and a half, they've been building up Masha Slamovich as this like heavyweight, like Samoa Joe undefeated streak killer. Been undefeated, great matches, big win at the big win. And this was her crown moment to have the big shot at the title against Jordynne Grace. Great match. They might have stole the show. Hard hitting. Jordynne Grace got in the best shape of her life, defend the belt, and got the victory. So you have that. Definitely check that out. The surprise for me with their tag team match, Motor City Machine Guns took on Honor No More, and they lost. I thought this was the Motor City Machine Guns night. TNA's had such a bad track record of not giving the belts to the Motor City Machine Guns, the best tag team like almost ever. So that one kind of hurt me. But Kazarian, longtime TNA possible Hall of Famer, won the X Division belt once again.
Yeah.
The first time he won that. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Speedball had a great. I'll be cut you off there, but Speedball had a great run, but Kazarian's time. The first time he won his belt was in 2004. It's 2022 though, man. The guy's still going strong.
Yeah.
Even though he's allegedly in AEW. I don't know about that though.
I think maybe the Motor City Machine Guns are allegedly in AEW. Maybe that's why they didn't pull the trigger on them.
Maybe. Just to speed through here real quick so we can get on to some other stuff.
Yeah.
VXT lost their belts. No more tag team Deanna and Chelsea. You have Taya Valkyrie and Jessica Havoc. And I think that's like the main stuff here. Tommy Dreamer returned, Bully Ray returned, and Raven was inducted to the Hall of Fame. So check out Bound for Glory. A nice sized crowd for Impact standards in Albany. So good stuff. The last thing I'll say, how do you think about this? Bobby Fish made his actual in-ring debut for Impact. There's a Call Your Shot Battle Royal. Though everyone's in there, women, men, to fight for a chance to have your own title shot. He gets to see a Punk chance, and this is his hometown. He's getting booed. Who the worst destroyed the stock more, him or Sammy Guevara?
I still say Sammy, but okay. So there's a movie out called Smile. It's kind of like It Follows and other things where someone gets a curse and they have to pass it on to someone else, like The Ring and The Grudge and stuff like that.
It sounds like The Ring.
Yeah, it is. That's what I think the CM Punk chant is now. Now Bobby Fish, we don't have to hear it ever again in any stadium in WWE or anywhere else in AEW. Now it's just Bobby Fish matches until he can give it to someone else.
Yeah, I mean, man, thought he was going to end up in WWE, end up in Impact, and didn't even get a win, sadly. Bully Ray won the Battle Royal. But that's Impact Bound for Glory, man. Definitely check it out.
And Dirty Dango lost to Brian Myers in the Open Challenge.
That's right. I forgot about him. He should have won that match, honestly.
Yeah, he should have. All right, SmackDown was fun. We're just going to talk about this for a little bit because it pertains to what happens last night. Triple H back. He came back before it went to air, so we didn't get the huge pop, but it's fine timing-wise, especially because he did the little thing there with the microphone.
Yeah, that was cool to see. This was like their season premiere, I guess, for them. Solid go-home show, man. Really good.
Yeah. Prime time, how you doing? Let us know when we start hitting up the predictions, who you think is going to win tonight. Thanks for joining the stream. More good stuff here. Good stuff with what the fuck is the YouTuber's name? I forgot his name already.
Who are you talking about? Not that
Logan Paul?
Not the Logan. Yeah, Logan Paul.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. Slight storyline stuff that they can do using him at Crown Jewel that is going to enhance the overall Bloodline storyline.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, this is a great segment from it all, but I mean, Sami Zayn, man, this dude's another level. It's unbelievable. He has Roman sitting there cracking up, trying to turn away from the camera. Logan Paul's cracking up. I think Jimmy broke character. This dude's on fire. Zach still there? Not too sure if Zach's still there, but SmackDown, like I said, if you guys checked it out, Sami Zayn has been killing it. Zelina Vega returned with Legado del Fantasma. They kicked Elektra Lopez to the side. I mean, this could be a nice long-term booking thing if they go that route, because I don't see why they didn't. Elektra Lopez definitely needs some more time in NXT, so she can come back later on, maybe with a group of her own, get some revenge on Zelina. But it's cool to see Zelina back, and she fits perfect with Legado. Zach, you back?
I think so.
All right, cool. Yeah. I've seen the Legado do a fantastic with Zelina thing. I love the pairing. I know Alexa got kicked to the curb. I was saying she might need some more time in NXT and come back with a vengeance, maybe with Los Lotharios, Zelina's former group. Could do something there.
All right. Am I still or am I decent?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good?
But yeah, SmackDown was very good, man. And what are your thoughts on the whole Gunther Sheamus tap out fiasco?
It was okay. We'll see where they go. I think they're going to do the final part of famous stuff to win. What do you think?
What's some of the next pay-per-views? You had Survivor Series coming up. You can kind of, I think you can do this maybe one more time and then maybe go away from it. Just let Gunther get some more people under his belt and then Sheamus get a big win, maybe at a Rumble or a Mania. But this is Sheamus' run of his career, man. This is amazing. I do eventually want to see a best out of like 7 series again, like he had with Cesaro, or best of 3 series, something where you can get like some really quality stuff out of there.
I agree. That'd be cool. Sheamus is doing great. And last thing on SmackDown, Drew attacked Karrion Kross when the red lights were on. The red lights obviously going into more of the White Rabbit stuff. And he used to be called the White Rabbit Lucha Underground.
Oh, shit. I didn't know
We're
that.
going to dive in more to the White Rabbit in just a bit. Yeah. So that is it for SmackDown. That is it for the weekend wrestling. I do believe that I have on here. Anything else you want to mention that we had in the weekend review?
Nothing in the weekend review I mentioned, but when we get to news and rumors, there's that
right.
AEW Dark Cloud, man. It's happened again. Thunderstorm.
Let's get into it right now, and that's what we're starting out with. Sammy and Andrade. I'm sure you all read the stories right now. I have the picture in the middle. Yeah, I have the picture in the middle because Roosh tweeted that picture out and said, and I can't pronounce the group's name, but he said forever. So, a lot of stuff going on about this one, a lot of back and forth, and it looks like Jericho backing Sammy Guevara is kind of saving him, even though he didn't throw a punch or do anything anyways.
I mean, I don't think we know all the facts. Most of the stuff said Andrade was the aggressor and he threw the punch. Like he's trying to get fired, stuff like that. It's just sad to see, man. They wasted him so much. And these two had a great match with Darby Allin beginning of the year. I don't know what's going on backstage, what's being said, but Sammy Guevara's stock can't fall any further than this. Either way, if he's right or wrong, it's not a good look.
Right. He's acting like a kid either way in this. I'm not a big fan of Sammy Guevara and how he handles himself. I don't want to say like a spoiled brat kind of thing, but he has no I don't know. There's something about him. It seems like he doesn't care unless he gets caught.
Yeah, something's a little off. I mean, I don't know who the tweet was directed to, but that whole jobber tweet, "You're lucky to be here" nonsense, that's uncalled for, bro. Right. And it's better if you like tweeting that and makes no sense to me. If you're gonna say it to someone's face, you're trying to get at them or something like that, but you're just putting all that stuff out in the public like that. It should be locker room stuff. I'm sure there are fights, people that hate each other in WWE backstage. None of that stuff really pops out like that all the time.
Right. You want to do some more news and rumors? Or you want to jump into that segment right away?
What else you got from news and rumors? I think there was. You said the Moxley thing already, but
I got Vice TV. They rushed their Vince McMahon special. It's gonna be called 9 Lives. It will air mid-October. It's gonna air Tuesday night against the one where NXT and Dynamite are on.
Damn, that counter programming, man, is for real.
Yep. I don't know if I'm too excited to see this. I know how Vice does their stuff. They bring awareness to stuff, which is good, but they also they have what they're gunning for in each episode. Matt in the chat. Everyone is ready to get extreme. Matt, we're going to go over predictions later and all the White Rabbit goodness. All right. This one, Rumble on 44th Street, night before Rumble on 44th Street, the New Japan pay-per-view show is going to be a complete surprise. None of the matches are going to be announced. So when you show up, you figure it out at that night. So kind of a cool thing to do. Also kind of a way to give every writer you have a night off. These are the new SmackDown announced teams, NXT announced teams, and Raw announced teams. Let us know in the chat what you think. I am not looking forward to 3 hours of Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves going back and forth. The NXT one I like. Booker is going to be replaced by Wade, who's going to be replaced by Pat McAfee when McAfee comes back.
Yeah, I really want to know if they made a push for Morrow at any point in here. They brought Kathy Kelly back. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
They lost Nigel McGuinness. That's what I was going to talk about as well. Thought he would be able to come
Yeah.
over. But Booker, I'm excited for, man. This man is a killer on commentary. Very exciting to see.
I love him. NXT is a great place for him.
Yeah, he can be free. He can say what he wants.
Yeah. Miro's character got shot in the head, so he won't be back. So he should be back. This film so long ago, he should have been on AEW television. But good
Again,
for him.
another wasted opportunity. I don't see why he's on a show. He could push out in here, get something going a little bit. You know, he should be on TV. It makes no sense.
Exactly. Bad Bunny, his El Muerto movie found a director. It is going to be released January 2024 in Sony's Spider-Verse.
I'm a little nervous because, like, you know, he's a musician, not really an actor, but I've seen him in Bullet Train, and I think with the right cast, right writers, they can pull this off in a big way.
We'll see. I saw a Madam Web image this week that didn't really look that great, so we'll see.
That's a shame.
Yeah. But we got this week. Knock, I know you're excited for it. On the left, the new female Black Panther, and on the right, Riri Williams in her first Ironheart costume. You can see her in a few other frames of the preview as well.
Yeah, if there's any doubt that, you know, it was going to be Shuri as Black Panther, now there it goes right there. It's female Black Panther. Riri's going to kill it. I'm very excited. I heard some rumor a while ago that eventually might get Tony Stark as Riri's AI. I don't know how that works. I don't see the logistics of it, but I'd be all for it, man. I've been watching. I'm telling Zach, you guys, I'm rewatching some of the Marvel movies, and I'm super excited, man. So I love the old Iron Man, so it'd be cool to see.
Yep. Tickets on sale now. It is selling fast. Any more news and rumors you got?
No more news and rumors, but on that Black Panther train, they got a double feature coming up. So check it out. You can watch the first and second one in the same night.
Nice. All right. There is something in there too I didn't mention. There's a thing in there that references Doctor Doom, but we'll see. I think that's just fan service and kind of an Easter egg.
Maybe, but we have to get some type of surprise. What's the end credit scene? Something. I know there's something there waiting for us to see.
Right. All right, in a little bit, we're going to start the predictions for Extreme Rules, so get them ready because you can take Knox's belt from him just like Eric and I are gunning for. We are going to talk about Knox's segment really quick right now. Knox, why don't you take it away? I do have a slide for it.
All right, let's jump into it. So AEW and WWE people, we've seen a lot of everyone's talking about all the people Tony Khan signed, like everyone getting released from NXT, WWE. You see it on this thing right there, Big Show, Andrade, Malachi, all coming over. And as soon as Triple H gets put into power, we have this idea of people might want to jump back ship. Whether they want to admit it or not, like there's an issue here. So I was just, you know, pondering some ideas, trying to come up with some segments for the show. And I was thinking like a question. I definitely want to get Eric's opinion on this as well. But at this junction, with how things are playing out, all the backstage, like just BS. Do you see a point in time here where, what am I trying to say here? Where Tony Khan signed too many people, and at this point, like too many people that were loyal to Triple H. Like, do you see all these people jumping ship? And who do you think is better off going back to WWE?
Ooh, that's good. I think emotionally, everyone with significant others in the other company, they'll go back. I don't think FTR should go back. I don't think Brian should go back. I think Miro's fine either way, but I think he fits really well in AEW, and he should be an actual major player right now, not in the future. So I really feel they dropped the ball for him, but I think he should be one of the main guys in AEW. The Hardys, I think, should have retired about 2 years ago. Christian works here. Look how well he worked in Impact. I mean, you could list off match after match with him in Impact. I think that was his best run.
Yeah.
A Sting is perfect where he is. This is a nice kind of retirement for him. Dustin, I mean, this is going to be a swan song place unless they figure something out with Cody. CM Punk, they advertised the game last night on Rampage. He's still on the cover. So Tony Khan is still hoping that he'll hold on to CM Punk with no one giving him shit for it.
He has to be. And like at this point, to sidetrack real quick, you're hurting the fans. You're hurting your product, dragging us out because third anniversary, no Elite on the show. Like
Yeah.
that's not a good side. And just I don't know. And then when they do return, how do you make that return after suspension like this?
Right. It. Oh man, I don't know. I'd feel kind of like I don't want to say hurt, but a little betrayed if I was the Elite getting suspended like this.
Yeah. For real. Like if they leave, that's your heart and soul. That's the Elite of the AEW of all Elite wrestling.
Yep.
And I don't know if you ever watched the AEW Unrestricted podcast, but like in the beginning when I was watching it was always so like happy go lucky, like this is the greatest place ever. And now it's just like I would say like it's just such a weird vibe to see that now after we see the inside. We see too many inside of this company.
Yeah.
To answer my own thing, you have FTR. Zach is always saying that's Tony Khan's Heart Foundation, but he won't book his Heart Foundation. They're never on TV. They were
Nope.
hot in May and they dropped the ball. So this happens all the time. Captain in Sato, Big Show was supposed to make his return, whatever. He wanted to come here to actually wrestle. I haven't seen him once. I think he's gone. I think he's jumping ship. Malachi Black says he's still signed. I still don't think he's going to stay. I mean, his wife's over there. He's going through something, whatever he's going through. I hope he's all right. But I can't imagine him not want to be closer to his wife.
Right. It's kind of the Charlotte thing with Andrade right now. Charlotte's taking time off because their schedules are so different that she was the one who was able to take time off. But she's obviously the bigger star, and Andrade wants her to have that shine and go back in the ring while she's, still at a good age for it. So that's where they are right now. I think that's where Andrade's getting a little hot-headed about it.
Yeah, I mean, and another thing too, like I don't want to completely relate it to this, but I watched Heels about a year ago, Stephen Amell, that wrestling show, and one of the rival promotions that came on to take out his promotion were signing guys like this to all this money, this TV shit and TV deals, right? And as soon as you get in, you get a big championship match, big spotlight. Then the weeks after that, you're just the back card lost in the shuffle.
It's got to be frustrating. It totally has to be frustrating because when you're talked over, and WWE does this as well, they kind of lay out a game plan, and then when that game plan doesn't, and it bursts your bubble, it doesn't go through, then you got to be frustrated and a little pissed off that now you signed a deal that's 3, 4, 5 years, and you're just going to be sitting there, and you see your boss playing with toys that he likes better than you. I mean, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. So my thing too is like everyone knows if you watch the show, I always talk about dark elevation, but
unfortunately,
fortunately, whatever you want to call it, I can't deny that like that's not the spot for this level of talent sometimes, especially if you don't book it that way. Because at this point, honestly, Zach, you stream Rampage every week. Is Rampage much different than Dark or Dark Elevation?
They just have a bigger crowd, to be honest. I gotta say,
like
that's it. The matches aren't good.
I think you just took too much. You took too much on at once, and then the people you got aren't being used. Like that was the thing I was gonna say too. I think we talked about it a little bit in the chat. Where when was the Elite the hottest? Right now or at the beginning of AEW?
Right.
And that's not just them. You can go down the list who was at their hottest, and that was the beginning. Ruby Soho, all the momentum in the world last year. I know she's hurt now, but like they really dropped the ball on her. Hikaru Shida. Do you know Hikaru Shida is the #1 seller on AEW right now for women?
I did not know that.
You wouldn't know it. She's not on TV. You're not getting this going. You're not getting the ball rolling. You have someone there. It's just, and I'm not saying just because you sell shirts you should be on TV, but she's actually very talented and be hard.
Yes. And that's the thing too. She's booking in a tag match this Wednesday. Last time, the last few times now, they just lump all the women's segments into one and throw them all together. I think that's such shitty booking. It's almost an insult.
And now you have Saraya debuting and another huge talent. We just gotta handle this type of stuff with care. I don't know.
Well, let us know in the chat who you think should stay or who you think should go back to WWE. That's a good one, Knock. There's a lot of guys we could run down the list from. Anyone that you want to hit up really quick that should stay or should go back?
I'd love to see Brian stay because I still haven't got as many matches as I've seen. I mean, I wanted Punk to stay because I wanted to see like Punk Omega, stuff like that. But at this point, I highly doubt it's going to happen. Dustin Rhodes, another one. I wanted him to stay for the longest because I wanted him to get that. After having that match with Cody, no matter what you thought, he should have had a big moment. He should have got like the NW. When you're getting all these belts, he should have got the NWA belt to have like that. Okay, this has been special, something, and he could have worked because he can still work.
Yeah.
So I want to see him stay. I want to see him finally get that big moment. Who else you got here? Moxley, he's staying. He's locked up.
Yeah.
Christian, Do you think Christian would shine with Triple H and WWE? I know he still wants that last like run. All we've seen him wrestle was pretty much Jungle Boy besides Omega. So I'm not seeing him wrestle other guys.
I think he'll get a good 3-month run. You can't really do much with Christian without bringing back Edge. Ooh, Matt in the chat right now says, "Are you guys watching the Kickoff show?" Nope, we are watching you in the chat. There's a hint of tonight being Edge's last match.
Oh, that'd be so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, all this extra time with Edge wrestling is just bonus, icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see him get that proper Mania ending.
If he was teasing correctly, he wants next SummerSlam to be his final match. I think he knows there's enough stuff around Mania and younger people are going to have those bigger moments. So I think he's hit to the game.
That's true.
SummerSlam would be good.
That's true.
All right. Good stuff. Again, leave comments on Knox's segment right there because there's a lot to discover and kind of figure out here with these talents and where they're going and what they're thinking about between AEW and WWE or Impact, like Dirty Dango. But let's get into some predictions right now. We're up against it. We will end in time for you to catch Extreme Rules.
Sure.
So definitely hit up the comments and let us know your predictions. And we are going to go down right now. And we got Eric's as well. He is busy trying to decipher a new code given out to the crowd at Extreme Rules, which we will show on air.
I love how they're handling it, by the way.
What's that?
I love how they're handling this, by the way. Like this is really good stuff.
This is the supremely good stuff. Who do you have for this one? The Fight Pit. I believe this is going to go on first because of ring time setup. But Daniel Cormier is in there, and he's going to be reffing.
I'm going with the architect, the visionary. I'm going Seth Rollins. Riddle has lost. He's already 0-1 in this. I can see maybe DC getting involved somehow. But Seth's already lost too much, put too many people over. I think this is Seth's time to win again.
I think the bro's going to win it. I'm going to go with Matt Riddle on this one. Eric as well is going to go with Riddle. I feel he needs the momentum back, but I mean, man, you make some good points. I don't know, man. Cormier, like people keep bringing up his tweet holding up the Seth Rollins shirt from a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big wrestling fan, so my part is he's getting involved somehow. Like he's a huge wrestling fan.
He has to. I don't think we're getting. Everyone says Brock and Daniel at Crown Jewel. That's a little too soon, and I think he's got obligations for almost another 6 months. But we'll see. Primetime and Matt say Riddle, you're a lone wolf. Sorry, I had to get that Corbin out.
Yeah, get that Corbin out for real.
All right, next match up. Bayley is taking on Bianca Belair. Who do you got for this one?
I will never bet against Bianca. Like it's hard to, but I mean, Bayley coming back, Damage Control, getting all the gold, her big return after not being a champion in front of the crowd. This is her payoff. Triple H's WWE, Bianca's held the belt for so long since Mania, and even without the belt, Bianca's stock is at a supreme top tier. She's champion without the belt. You give Bayley this nod, I think it's great for her.
I agree with everything you have to say, but I think Damage Control is going to be in one of the War Games, and I don't think it's going to be all as champions because we have too much of that with the Bloodline, and we had that with Undisputed Era, and I think Triple H is going to kind of have this storyline veer away from that. So I'm going to say the company sweetheart, who is just every single week doing something big somewhere other than WWE, she's going to retain, and something else will happen leading to the War Games match.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Like, again, I don't want to bet against Bianca, but I just think it might be Bayley's time. I mean, Matt in chat says he goes with Bianca with the returning Sasha and Naomi for help. I have a guess for some return as well. How about Becky and Charlotte returning?
I say no one's going to return because they don't want to do that with the same night as the White Rabbit, and they'll save that for the networks. Primetime says Bianca as well.
That's a great point as well. That's a very good point. Last thing I do want to say, like, I mean, Extreme Rules that big of a pay-per-view, I got to think of that too. Like, we're going to see that many title changes. I don't know, but it has to be at least one, I think.
Right. Eric picks Bayley. Also, Triple H is smart enough to know that you can pepper these throughout, so you can make Peacock happy, you can make Fox, and then you can make USA happy as well.
Yeah.
All right, next matchup. This one, I don't care about strap matches, but last night they made it look like it was going to be a fucking killer show. Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross with Scarlett in the background, strap match. I'm saying Karrion Kross gets this one.
This is a very tough one to book without some shenanigans going on. I mean, Karrion Kross making his return or debut in some people's eyes. He
Yeah.
has to get a win, a big win. But Drew coming off a loss where he should have won. He needs that win back. But I'm gonna go Cross with some shenanigans. Maybe it's the Wyatt or something's gonna go down.
So many Matt. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. Matt says Cross as well, and I do believe Eric said Karrion. Yep, he's got Cross as well in this one. So this is gonna be, I think, better than I expect it to be.
2 former TNA guys, man, it's crazy.
Jeez, us. No sleep. This one's gonna be, as they say, banger after banger after banger.
Yes, sir.
Imperium versus what are they called again? The Brawling Brutes.
Brawling Brutes. It's Brawling Brutes, no question. Sheamus just lost for the second time in a controversial fashion. I might even go as far as say Sheamus is going to get his first pin over Gunther tonight.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, I think he's going to get that to build up for some more one-on-ones.
Yeah. Eric says the Brutes as well. I agree too. And this is where you're going to get the most extreme match of the night. You're going to get the garbage cans and everything else, in my opinion, even though it is just like those shillelaghs or whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight for sure.
Yeah. All right. This is it. If this is his last match, not a bad opponent, but I mean, I something must be up if it is. But I think it's just a playoff to write him off TV for his next feud and possibly... Who knows? Who knows? But Edge versus Finn Balor. A lot of interesting stuff with Judgment Day, with the Mysterios as well, kind of intervening in here. So,
yeah, a lot of stuff going on. What happened with the Beth storyline? You think Beth will be there?
she could be. She could be, and I've seen on some other stations too, people saying that that Beth and the family could be the cause of the loss because Judgment Day does something to them.
Wow. Oh, imagine that. I was gonna go Balor anyways. I think Edge is here to put him over, get that big win, and hear those rumors about them want to really push Balor. So this could be the start of it. This could be the huge, trampoline to bounce Balor up to another stratosphere. So if that happens, they do something to mess with his family, bro. That's some good stuff.
All right, Eric is picking Edge. You got some fireflies and a lantern on the left of Edge as well. I'm going to say Balor too, just because the rumors have been saying they got big plans for him. You can't slow down Judgment Day now, and you can't just make Judgment Day be the focal point with just the Rhea and Dom stuff that the internet can kind of have fun with.
I agree. That's kind of like the side stuff. Like you look at the bloodline, Sami Zayn and Jay's the side stuff, but Roman's the guy. That's what we need for Balor.
Exactly. Balor, Judgment Day group needs a big win, and this is it, Matt. All right, Women's SmackDown Championship match. This is going to be what's the stipulation on this one? Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan.
I actually don't remember the stipulation. It has to be is it a table match?
I cannot remember. If you know in the chats, let us know. But who do you have for taking this one?
Here we go again. Sheamus says banger after banger. We're gonna get rematch after rematch after rematch. It's still WWE. I'm gonna go Liv with the win. If there's a stipulation, this is their way to get Liv to get another solid win. I don't see Liv losing till the end of the year. Okay. I don't know. Maybe Ronda wins the Rumble to get the belt back at Mania. Something happens. I don't know when she's leaving again. There's that. But I'm going to go Liv one more time.
All right. It is an Extreme Rules match, straight up. Thanks, Matt. And Matt says Ronda. I'm going to say Ronda with the help of Shayna Baszler. And this forms another new kind of little stable.
You maybe bring in Sonya?
Yeah, she just took a loss last night as well, so I think that'd be a great fit.
Okay.
And Eric, the man with no moniker still, if you got one for him in the chats, let him know. Give this man a name. He picks Ronda as well. All right. That is it.
Wow, this is going to be a short show. I'm used to those AEW 12, 15 match pay-per-views.
Right. I don't think it's going to top 3 hours, but it might hit 3 hours. 6 matches. It's a good length. And Primetime says Ronda. Matt says
no tag team titles, U.S. titles, women's tag. It has to be a pre-show, right?
They're watching it right now. Is there a match on the pre-show, guys? Let us know. I don't think there is. There's nothing advertised as before this stream started.
Okay.
All right. This is where I need everyone's help. This is where I need Knock. I need your expertise. I'm going to break down the White Rabbit stuff. I'm not going to do a full-on breakdown. There's a bunch of YouTubers who do it way better than my ass could do. But I'm going to break down up until last night's tease. Up until today's tease, which you sent, Knock, that the crowd in Philadelphia is getting before they enter the building. So are you ready to talk some White Rabbit?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's get into it. Nothing announced on the kickoff. Thanks, Matt. All right. It all started back in house shows where they were dimming lights and then using red lights, but the White Rabbit song was playing. Was it Jefferson Airplane? I do believe.
I believe so.
That was playing in the background. They were doing this at house shows. Fans were sending this out through Twitter and everything else through social media. They're doing all the work for WWE. They didn't have to pay the rights to that song because they weren't using it on broadcast. Very smart. Everyone started speculating. This was the first QR code right there behind Austin Theory. I remember like getting excited and hitting you guys up in the chat saying there's QR code here and doing all this stuff. And there's a guy walking around with that QR code later on that night on Raw, and it took us to this. And like I think it was Demon that was spelled out with the first letters that were crossed off below. We got a Hangman thing. We got a thing telling us that 9/23 was the date, but then some doofus at WWE released the next thing early, and you got flyers on the cars. So that's what Triple H did and showed the Canada location. And we kept more QR codes throughout the broadcasts. Love those QR codes. I don't know if anyone else caught this one, but in the background there was a figure behind Bayley. It's a little blurry. I know I had to take this from my TV, but there was a masked figure who looked at the camera, then hopped off screen really quick. It was a blink and miss moment. So if there is something going on tonight, double check to see if you see that face anywhere, or if someone comes out with a mask like that. Another thing showing a bunch of legends spelling out who killed the world and all this kind of stuff. A very cool one using old WWF and WWE footage with the White Rabbit. We got more QR code clues, including this cool wolf with a hooded figure. I do not believe that is the hooded figure on NXT. That is a different one. But the three little pigs, the big bad wolf, whole bunch of stuff with that you can look at. Different gimmicks being used, different, I don't know, with Bliss you can do this with as well. There's this other thing, there's things like Samson, this woman cut off his hair and he lost all of his powers. Then below that, there's a whole encrypted thing using the alien language from the movie Predator. So there's a whole bunch filling in those black spaces that spelt out a whole bunch of stuff. And then there's one of those 90s puzzles right below it in the blue that you have to look into and blur your eyes. It gave you some more stuff. In this one, it also gave, I just want to touch on too, in the back of some of these, there's code, right? Someone who's smarter than me knows that there's code going in through internet stuff, and someone found the lyrics to Aleister Black's old theme song. So people were thinking maybe it's Aleister Black. They cannot have Aleister Black and prepare this stuff for him while he's under contract with another company, FYI. But in this one, there was something mentioning Gacy from NXT. So people might have been thinking maybe it was that. There's also phone calls in there. We called this one live on the air. You guys couldn't hear, which I thought was the weirdest thing.
I thought so too. I don't listen back to the audio, but yeah, that was weird.
Very weird. There's audio in there. There's two versions of it. There's one where he's talking, one version where it's backwards. There's another thing in this one too in the code where it references The Simpsons season 10, episode 6, where Homer drugs the town of Springfield, and that White Rabbit song plays in that episode as well. That is some deep cuts. And this is the reference from this week. So Joe Gacy was referenced in one of the codes of these White Rabbit things. If you watch the Grayson Waller Effect on Instagram, he does it on his phone while he's live on air. It's a different experience. He actually joined the chat and put a White Rabbit in there. I don't think Joe Gacy has anything to do with what's coming out tonight, but very nice little cut in there just to add fuel to the fire. Very nice and subtle.
Yeah.
Matt, thank you for sending this right before the show as well. He saw this at a Walmart. This is an unused action figure that they're having at Walmart for sale. This was a character he played at the Firefly Funhouse. Matt said every other character on the shelf was in their normal character clothes. This was maybe a tease for what was supposed to come before he got released. Maybe we see this tonight or later on in the future, his Mad Hatter thing. It was a thing with Alexa Bliss. And then, we have up in here, reveal what you made, or revel in what you are. That happened a couple weeks back. And we got another QR code tonight from Triple H that we'll show in a little bit. But we had a rabbit in a suit. You can see behind commentators right there walking around the auditorium while the show was going on. And if you see, he's got a scarf on. Ramblin' Rabbit has a scarf that is very similar to that from the Funhouse. Point that out. And then we get to this, the other QR code that was on Triple H's microphone. There was a part in there where, what's that pig's name?
Huskus.
Huskus. There's that's the still that was in that QR code. It is very quick. It is so quick. It is unbelievably quick. I kind of do this as a job. So it was kind of like easy to pick up for me. So it's kind of what I do for work. But then it led to this Extreme Rules logo with the bunny digging down and then a blaze of fire, like Johnny Depp getting sucked into the bed in Nightmare on Elm Street, coming up with what sounds like a cross between a woman screaming and a pig squealing. And it just showed a logo for tonight's show. And finally, you sent this right before we went on.
Sure.
I got it on just in time. Anybody have any idea of what's on here? I gave it, sent it out to some people, and I think I got something back. Knock, if you want to talk about this, if you can find anything.
Yeah, I had nothing. I think Eric took a shot at it. Someone just posted they could see the man is spelled out somewhere in here, so you got a little bit of stuff like that. What's Zach got going on there?
Here, let me all right, let me see if I can.
Let's see.
My ring light. Okay, I got the words, but this is what someone sent me. All right, I'm going to read the words off here. All bad, is in there twice. Hope, pro is in there twice. A or I, whatever, AYE. Whoa, the, go is in there twice. At, ban, done, ash, fist, here, to, pet, yum, shop, trot, bet, top, sue, SUE, and here. Those are the words that were found from this awesome source.
That could mean anything. I mean,
I'm sure you got to put it together.
Yeah, all this at the end it's all screams creativity. And who screams creativity in WWE? That's Bray Wyatt.
Exactly. So much going on. Let us know in the comments if you find anything else with this piece of paper. If you have any other comments about the White Rabbit mystery, as someone who was a big fan of Lost, they had all this kind of stuff in there, but none of it meant anything because none of them knew what they're putting into the mysteries. Fucking irritating. This at least means something. It is going somewhere. And at the very least, it ties into all these other things that happen with past characters in WWE.
Yeah. Really, really good stuff here, man. And it's just like, there's so many different things you could, or not so many different things you could do when to make a return or a debut, and this is amazing.
This is Matt said, if you want to elaborate on this, Matt, White Rabbit stuff just happened on the Kickoff show. Matt, what was it? Let us know what it is. And he thinks the show will crack 3 hours. Each match will be about over 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, that's the White Rabbit stuff. Any comments on anything like that came about, or anything that was your favorite so far, Knock?
Well, I don't know if this is my favorite, but it was kind of funny seeing that the actual White Rabbit in the crowd. I don't know if that was just some fan doing something crazy or they actually planted that, but that was hilarious. Joe Gacy doing the whole thing where he did the Instagram little post, whether he's involved or not. That's just smart. Like if I was at the company, I see the stuff going on, I would throw some stuff in there too to throw people off the set or just add fuel to the fire. Like all this just works.
Yes. This is so good. Matt said another QR code with an Atari video. Man. It's not ET for Atari, is it, Matt? That's going to be a bust. Oh, man. So much with the White Rabbit. Any theories on what the White Rabbit is going to be? Let's break this down. Someone put out a really cool photo. I should have put it up here, but it was, who Huskus is going to be, all these the different people on there. Huskus was shown in here. Ramblin' Rabbit's basically what was on last night. Let's break down anyone that you think could be. Who do you think could be Huskus, if it is a group?
I think I do know. I think I do know that picture you were talking about. I think would they have Karrion Kross as Huskus or something like that?
Oh yeah, Karrion Kross as the Buzzard. I think was it?
He's a Buzzard. I think Scarlett was in there, and then Strowman. And I also got to think, like, if it is Wyatt, like, what's this whole Wyatt 6 thing? He's going to have 6 people with him, like, it's a total of 6 in the group. There's just so much going on. Bo Dallas. I would love to see Bo Dallas make a return here, too.
I think Bo Dallas is going to be revealed tonight. That's my guess. Bo Dallas is going to be revealed as the White Rabbit. I think, I don't know, people have been saying Dexter Lumis could be the Buzzard, too.
Yeah, I can see Dexter Lumis too. I mean, a lot of people fit here. The only person I'm not gonna lie, I'll be a little disappointed. I don't even see Joe Gacy. Like he's kind of like he's like Bray Wyatt light to me a little bit. Still very talented, but I think he didn't keep him separate.
I agree. Matt said it's like the other videos. Maybe Eric Rowan returns tonight. That's true.
Ooh, didn't think about that. That'd be cool to see. Man, there's so many possibilities.
Right. And then who could be was Abigail?
Yeah.
So that could be either Bliss or Scarlett.
I'd say Scarlett's right up the alley right there. She'd fit perfectly.
Random one. You think maybe Asuka does her evil character?
Ooh, I think they tease it a little bit. I think she picked up the Lily doll. She's been doing a little stuff on her side. There's been a lot of rumors about her turning heel eventually. So if that was the case, that'd be a nice little twist. I'd really appreciate that.
I would too. Kayfabe injury with her. Injury on Montez Ford too for absolutely no reason. Props put him in
Yeah.
a boot. I don't know what's going on with that or what they're doing with that, but.
Yeah, I hope he's good.
And Sarah Logan returning last night in a promo. Viking Raiders out with an injury, so until then, we're going to get Sarah Logan promo. So I'm happy about that.
That's a smart pairing, her with them. I mean, she fits it, and they need something different. It's just not fully working for me. They gotta switch it up somehow.
Right.
And it's cool to bring back the managers, the valets, like that's a big part of the showmanship of it, you know.
I miss good managers.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited for Extreme Rules. Let us know if you're going to watch it live. Let us know your predictions as well in the comments below if you're not watching this live. Just anything White Rabbit related, let us know. I'm surprised they did something during the kickoff, but it's got me guessing right now. So
I mean, Triple H got you having to watch everything, man, to keep up.
that's the one thing. I'll be so happy when this is done. I'm seeing QR codes on like random things on like down the street. I'm like, oh, is this my wife's like, no, dude, it's not fucking wrestling. It's a
Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, they were putting the codes of people's cars when they were leaving the building, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, another one. Nikki Cross could be Abigail. She's getting rid of her ASH gimmick as we saw.
She is doing that. I don't know how I'd like that. Maybe.
Yeah,
She needs something for sure to be back in the forefront.
she does. Maybe a more aggressive tag team with Dewdrop.
Yeah. I still like the pairing. I don't know. I need something more.
Yeah. What other returns do you think are going to happen tonight, if anything? If it's not anything big with the White Rabbit.
I mean, I was gonna say like like Matt said in chats, Sasha, Naomi, Charlotte, Becky. Who else you got out there? My thought was to who was I thinking? Because Roman's not in the card. You don't have any world title stuff. It's too soon for a Cody or Big E. I know Randy Orton's in the win. They're worried about his health, so I don't know about that either. Yeah, I don't think, and I think you're right. I think just if Bray Wyatt's the big one, everything else will be overshadowed. I think you just got to stick with one person.
Yep. Oh man, I am excited. Matt is excited. This will probably be the best Extreme Rules show of them all. The last few have been shit shows. They have been. Vince McMahon is just happy to have the names of old pay-per-views and old.
That's
stuff.
so lazy to me. Like we had such good pay-per-view names back in the day, and then you could have Extreme Rules matches anywhere you wanted, just not at Extreme Rules. Like I don't know, man. Triple H has been so great.
Yeah. Well, anything else you want to cover before we head out and let everyone get all comfy and cozy, grab their snacks and their drinks for Extreme Rules?
Extreme Rules is coming up. My title's in the line to get a chance to win. I think I've seen Zach put out a poll. Definitely check out the poll, see what you want to see there. Put some comments in there. Leave comments in the videos. Eric needs a name. We love we engage all the time. We love type of comments, likes, hit the subscribe button, all that type of stuff. On the road to 1K, we're almost there.
Yes,
really appreciate it. So definitely support, for sure. We got more videos coming. I know we've been saying it, but we're putting our heads together. We get some stuff out there. Once we get our schedules right, we got a lot of content for you. We got to get that backlog up. But yeah, this is the West Coast Pop. You know what it is, man. We always bring in a lot of wrestling talent, pop culture.
Yep. And I said this last night. We are 11 days away from our close to being suspended. So if we get one more strike, we are completely shut down. Our channel is shut down. That's why we have been a little chill on the videos and everything else putting out. Very unjustly, twice. So 3 strikes and you're out on YouTube. So we've been very chill about putting out stuff. That's why it's mainly just been the show and the live streams because we just don't want to get hit with anything. So just be patient. We're going to come up with more creative stuff and have some more fun here on the channel. 11 more days and then the shackles are free.
Yes, sir. Free the West Coast Pop, man. We're coming back, WCP. Really appreciate you guys sticking with us throughout, a little bit of a drought here, but we're going to ramp it back up soon. So we really appreciate you guys sticking with us. Tell your friends, tell your family. West Coast Pop is going strong. Prediction champion, main man, Eric without a name, is coming back next week for a big show. Zach, where can they find us?
They can find us getting extreme in the rabbit hole. Wait, that didn't sound right.
No.
No, I didn't want to say
no.
let me just plug this and then we'll end it. I don't want to end on that. This Tuesday, I'm going to the Hollywood premiere of Halloween Ends. Expect a video. I don't know how much of a video it's going to be because I don't know how much camera I can have out during this. This is the world premiere of the movie, but again, it is streaming same day on Peacock next Friday, so they might be a little more lenient with that. But I'm going to try to get a Halloween Ends review and kind of a nice compilation video of the premiere out this week before the stream on Friday.
Huge. Nice.
Yeah.
Hollywood Zach is in the building, everybody.
All right, everyone, thank you for joining. Extreme Rules is starting in a few minutes. Have fun with it. Again, get your predictions into the chats below. If you got any comments, we're going to be checking them all night long. We're going to be watching probably a little later, but hit us up. We'll hit you back up. Make sure to hit that like button, help our algorithm, and subscribe and help us grow because in 11 days, we're going to be coming out the gate strong. So that is it for Eric. My name is Zach. Knox, send us out.
All right, everybody. Peace out. West Coast Pop will be back next week. Enjoy Extreme Rules today.